So it was quite quite a tribute to the work of Inner City Home and our 25 years and the success of this organization. We had partial board turnout, so about 50% of our board was there as well, and so that was good as well.
Was there a theme for the evening, or was it just celebration?
Well, the theme was 25 years,
okay.
Our 25th anniversary, and certainly the services that we've been offering to the community for the past 25 years.
Tell us a little bit about the services. I mean, I know you started with a kind of a food bank setup. How various kind of, you don't have to give me a lot of detail, but kind of how has it evolved over 25 years? Have the numbers increased, for one thing?
When we started out, Inner City Home was open to be a home of hospitality, a drop-in crisis center, where people could come in and tell their story to a volunteer that would be here to listen and to care. At that time, there was no food bank in Sudbury. So we were asked by Katerine Crichton at the Soup Kitchen if we would provide that service. And Father Don McMillan at the time said we would consider providing that service as long as it didn't take away from the vision of this place and what we were to accomplish in the years to come. So it actually became the drawing card that brought people here in the beginning. Looking for food assistance, people who wanted to see what we were about, volunteers who wanted to help out, the media, donors, all that. So the food bank was the drawing card that started off in this place.
Did you think, now you've been with it since the inception,
yes,
or just about, right?
Yes.
Did you think it would last 25 years?
I didn't think I'd last 25 years. I'm not sure I had any doubt that the Inner City Home would last. I think in those days, I'm not sure I looked that far ahead, because I was certainly much younger, and I think at the time I was probably overwhelmed even with the concept of this place and what we had to set out to accomplish. And it was quite a large mandate, and to meet the needs, the crisis needs of those coming to the door every day. In the beginning, we probably had about 600 requests for food in an average month at that time. And in the beginning, we ran out of food quite often.
Really?
In the beginning. So certainly, just the whole concept and the larger picture was overwhelming. So it was certainly a day by day, same as it is today. It's always one day at a time. But we evolved, giving the board's governance, and as volunteers, more and more people came to volunteer, and we slowly evolved and sort of, started offering other services like our programming, our life skills management workshops, the counseling, the resourcing, the hospitality. So all that started to grow, and everything started to balance out. So it probably took a good 15 years for that to sort of solidify and balance, and where there would be kind of, we all knew sort of what we were doing, what was expected, what the needs of the community were. I'm sure we knew that right off the bat, but it probably took a good 15 years to feel that we had a handle on all that.
What are some of the needs that you're servicing? Obviously now you're servicing a food need, some sort of educational awareness need, and a hospitality need. I guess they break down further from there, eh?
The needs, we're servicing the crises needs of people that would fall through the gaps. We're servicing the needs of the poorest of the poor, people in financial need, people emotionally, mental health. We have a lot of people that come in that are referred through the mental health, people that are referred through Children's Aid, people that are mandated through Children's Aid to take our workshops, mandated to the courts to take anger management, just your regular family units that are trying to make ends meet every month, that are in between jobs or low-income jobs, people who unemployment has ran out, or they're waiting for unemployment, or they're waiting for Ontario Works, or they're looking for work and don't have any type of income whatsoever. So a lot of crises needs that we're meeting. Sometimes people come in, it's a one-time visit. They don't need to come back. They find that job, they start to get on their feet. Other times they have to come maybe 2 or 3 months, and then they start to get on their feet. We have a small percentage of people that will always have to come. They will always be in that category of being poor. People on Ontario Works that aren't marketable, aren't employable, people on disability pensions that aren't able to find jobs. So we have all different types of situations.
How many volunteers do you have?
We have approximately 123 volunteers right now, including our board of directors. That also comprises our second location in New Sudbury. We have a smaller outlet in New Sudbury that we've been running now for about 9 years. That was started actually by Joffrey Lougheed through the Sudbury Food Bank. And then we took it over after the first 5 years, and we've been running it since. So we have about 25 volunteers out there, and the balance of the volunteers down here in our downtown location.
In terms of your work and involvement of your volunteers, looking back over 25 years, what would you say would be a highlight of your city home, if there is such a thing?
Highlight of Inner City Home?
Yeah.
Well, I think certainly the fact that we've been here 25 years is a highlight. The successes of the home that we've been able to maintain, the building structure. It is an old building, and certainly old buildings do deteriorate over time. We have been very fortunate that this building has been kind to us, that we've been able to maintain it with our budget and at very low cost. We have volunteers that are skilled in carpentry, handyman type, volunteer that is able to come in. We had a gentleman this morning just fixing some of our chairs. So, I'll pay him the $5 or $10 for supplies, and he does the work. So we have volunteers with various backgrounds that have kept this place going and in good shape as far as the building, as well as the services. We have many skilled volunteers. Our volunteer population are all types of professional backgrounds. They're retired nurses, they're retired teachers, they're retired professors, they're retired any type of health professionals, business professionals. So they come very rich in skills and talents that they offer to the clientele coming in to meet those crises needs. So that we're very rich in our skills in this place. So I would certainly say the success of this place has to be I'm getting lost here. It has to be a tribute to the volunteers that come each day to service this place, because we're only 1.5 paid staff here. And certainly Darla and myself could not operate Inner City Home or the board without all those volunteers that come each day that make this place the success that it is.
Who donates to you?
We have donations coming from various sources. We certainly are a member of the Sudbury Food Bank. We're a member of United Way. We get money through the Ontario Trillium Foundation when we apply for a specific grant. Well, the Bishop Carter Fund supports us. St. Patrick's Church supports us. We get donations through schools, churches, private individuals, service clubs. The Knights of Columbus have been very gracious to us the last few years in supporting having an annual golf tournament and an annual dinner in October. They've sort of taken us under their wing, and they've been very resourceful in helping us out, which has been a big help the last few years when things were sliding a little bit in the economy. And the private donations come in, make a good, probably 40% of the donations coming in here. Events, sometimes they're having like Nickel City Sound will have a concert, and they'll raise food, bring in food and money, and so the donation will come from a source like that. The CWL groups of the churches will keep us in their budget each year, and just anything you can think of, as well as we do our own fundraising. I'm forgetting that. We have a dinner dance silent auction at the end of February. We have 2 yard sales a year. We have 50-50 raffles. We do bingos at the Ontario Gaming Association every second month. and the list actually kind of goes on and on. It takes many, many sources and resources to keep this place going. In mentioning the successes of Inner City Home, I would have to add that Darla Barnes, who is our program coordinator and counselor, has been here 10 years and does an exceptional job with our clientele. She is hands-on with the clients and goes above and beyond. She works part-time hours, but puts in certainly that extra gentle touch and caring and 100% of her heart and soul into her job. And the clients know that. They continue to come back to check in with her, and she will continue to follow up with them to make sure they don't fall between the cracks after she has seen them and after they've left a workshop, and just to make sure that their life is on track, and if they need her services, she's here.